Welcome back to the podcast and channel. This is Taylor, Little Creator, and I am here with episode 3 already. We're not playing no games, okay? So today's topic, we're going to talk about the subconscious mind and manifestation. And if you're new to the conscious manifesting world, the deliberate creator world, if you're a new spiritual rock star, right? I'm just going to give a brief overview of why and what and all of that real quick, and then we'll dive into it, okay? So basically, our subconscious mind, our mind is made up of two parts. And we have our conscious mind, which is dealing with the logic, it's like relaying what the 5 senses are picking up and relaying it back to like our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is the part of our mind that controls 95% of our actions and our feelings. Okay? So, and the conscious mind is only controlling 5%. So, whatever we are thinking with our conscious mind, we're feeding that into our subconscious mind. Okay? Our subconscious mind is taking those dominant thoughts and then therefore programming or controlling with that program that we're giving it 95% of our actions and our feelings. Okay? So, your conscious mind is the logic, like I said. So, my conscious mind is like, okay, I go outside, I look up in the sky, I see some clouds, and then I think to myself, okay, it's going to rain. That's my logic. That's my logical mind. Okay? Your subconscious mind is not seeing. Your subconscious mind is not seeing. It's not as aware as your conscious mind is. But it's just taking the information that is being given to repeatedly, and it's turning whatever thoughts into a belief and into fact. Okay? And then it's producing from that standpoint. So your subconscious mind can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. Okay? It doesn't sleep. It's very powerful. And it's literally the reason as to whatever you have right now or everything that's manifested in your life is because of your subconscious programming. Okay? So the good thing about that is if you are somewhere that you don't really want to be in your life, or you want to manifest change in your life, or just success or more abundance or whatever it is, you can change the beliefs that you subconsciously hold in order to produce those results. Okay? Now, we'll get into the topics just a little bit. Before we get into, not the topics, the techniques. We'll get into the techniques in just a little bit. Before we talk techniques, because there's so many, but before we talk techniques, we really have to understand that we've been carrying around these beliefs since childhood. Okay? It came from what our parents, our guardians told us, how people treated us, our environment, and then, over time, those things are the basis as to how we feel about ourselves, about life, about how we are relative to different things. Okay? So you literally have to be very much so patient and understanding when you are making this shift, because as for some beliefs, you can transfer them, that's what I was trying to say. Transfer them, or whatever. You can literally change them quickly, soon, or later. It just depends on how deeply engraved it is. And we have some beliefs that are deeply engraved that do not serve us. So with those, it may take a little bit more time. But what I want to tell your conscious mind, the person who, the part of your mind who is wondering, well, how long is this going to take? You know what I'm saying? I want to tell your conscious mind. I refer to the conscious mind as Cornelius. Okay, so I'm going to tell your Cornelius this real quick. don't worry about the time, because you can literally not do the work and just keep on manifesting the things that you are dissatisfied with, and just let your life just keep being how it is, and just be content with that. You won't be content, but you could just, settle for that, okay? Or you can just implement whatever technique that you want to do and persist in it, okay? Make sure that you're dominantly thinking more so on the wavelength of the thoughts that you want than what you don't want. It could be 51-49. It doesn't matter, as long as it's the dominant thoughts, the good thoughts, the things that you want, that you're thinking about. Okay, that's all that matters. But you just have to understand that you have been carrying around these things, these beliefs for so long, and then there's been manifestations, because that's what that's where you're at, and the manifestations have kind of like solidified it. So just understand that the time doesn't matter. I will put out there that they say it takes 21 days to form a habit. If you believe that, it will take 21 days. If you don't believe that, it could take sooner, it could take a little longer. So that's why I don't want you to get caught up on the time or the timing, because as long as you are persistent, you are going to see a shift in yourself and how you feel, and the thoughts that naturally come up within you. You're going to see a shift, and then that's going to show you, okay, it's working. So that's going to even make you want to keep going or keep doing these things until you have reached where you're going, okay? Or manifest what you want to manifest, okay? So time does not matter, okay? So, Taylor, how do I impress my subconscious mind? Well, let's talk on it. Let's speak on it. There's a lot of techniques that are out there, okay? A lot of techniques. There's a lot of techniques out there. Some I'm not even aware of, okay? But we do have our main ones that we hear about a lot, which is visualization, scripting, when it comes to like acting as if, states, being in the state of the wish fulfilled. We have SATs, we have subliminals, we have like so many different techniques, right? So there's so many different techniques, okay? When it comes to doing a technique, I'm going to put it out there. When it comes to doing a technique, I don't want you doing something because you feel like I need to do this. Okay, scratch that. I don't want you to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to visualize, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, because I want the change to happen really fast. I want the change to happen really fast. If that's what you're doing, you're coming from a place of lack, okay? You're coming from a place of lack. You should not be worried about time. You should not be trying to force manifestations. You should not be trying to force your subconscious mind into like, it's going to happen if you are persistent. I want you to be persistent, don't get me wrong, but it's like persisting and forcing, that's two different energies. That's two completely different energies. For me, persisting and being confident in what I'm doing and knowing that what I'm doing is going to give me the results that I want, and I continue to do those things, is me persisting. Me sitting here saying, well, okay, I really want to do this, and I really want to have it right now, and I really need to have it right now, and I need to do this, and I got to force it, and I got to force it, and I got to force it. That's a whole nother energy, okay? So what I want you to do is, if you have never tried to consciously manifest anything, just whatever techniques that you've already heard about, just try them. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in visualization, then do the visualization. You know what I'm saying? You can do it at night, right before you go to sleep. That's literally the best time to do it. If you don't have any other time to do it literally at night before you go to sleep, like literally in a relaxed state. Okay, do your visualizations. You can do it as soon as you wake up as well. So then it's like you're starting to saturate your subconscious, because see, the thing is, the subconscious doesn't even know the difference between you actually performing the act or you imagining the act. So I can be I can be imagining myself going to cash in my jackpot lottery ticket and hearing the lady tell me, "Congratulations, Taylor, you won the jackpot, the lottery jackpot," right? I can be hearing that, and I can make it so real. I can make it so real, meaning, like, when I say I can make it so real, I mean I can make it so real. Like, I'm hearing the lady saying it. I'm even, like, putting, like, detail into it. How she looked, what I wore, how we got there, how we left. What, you see what I'm saying? Like, literally putting detail in it, because if you were experiencing this, you would be noticing these things. If you were physically experiencing this thing, you would be noticing these different things. You know what I'm saying? You're going to notice when the person that was coming out of the lottery claim center was opening the door for you, and as you walked in, like, you're going to notice all these little things. So to make it really real in your mind, put detail into it, okay? And let yourself live it out, and continue to do that, because guess what? The subconscious doesn't see. The subconscious doesn't know. You laying right here in the bed with your eyes closed, and you're just imagining this. The subconscious mind thinks that it's really actually happening, okay? So what the subconscious mind is going to do, once it's impressed, it's going to start controlling your 95% of your actions and feelings to make that scene happen and play out like that, okay? So if you're going to do the visualization, do it right, okay? Picture whatever the goal is. Picture the end scene like it's already done. So what would be an end scene? If you're manifesting lottery, it can be you picking up the claims, going to the claim center, and then whatever you intend to buy, you can add that scene in it too, like you going to buy that thing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be super long and drawn out. It can literally be just quick little scenes, like, okay, there's a scene of me checking the ticket, then there's a scene of me picking it up, and then there's a scene of me in the car that I said I was gonna buy with the winnings. You see what I'm saying? That's visualization in a nutshell. Now I am gonna break these down, like, in their own separate episodes, because I do want people to have, like, the full, like, I want you to have, like, everything, but this is just kind of like the gist about the subconscious, okay? If you're manifesting, or matter of fact, we got visualization. So next, if you want to do scripting, okay, and that's where you're writing things out, like you're writing it down like you already have it, or it's already done. You can script and write the thing down. Like, let's say you were writing a journal, or you're writing a diary. Dear diary, today, and instead of you writing what really happened that day, you just write down what you want to have happened. You see what I'm saying? Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is, you're going to become, and I don't want to use the word delusional, because it kind of has a negative, like, connotation to it, but you're going to really become and assume the character, the version of you that already has the thing that you want to manifest, right? You're going to become that person so much that it has no choice but to manifest. Your subconscious has no choice but to feel like it's real, because you constantly are playing this role. You're constantly thinking these thoughts. You're constantly putting yourself in this visualization, or whatever, however you're doing it. You keep doing it, and so the subconscious is like, oh, well, that's what's going on out there. Okay, well, let me make sure I do this. I order the actions and the feelings to line up with that. You see what I'm saying? And then that's how it all goes down. Okay, that's how it goes down. I use subliminals. Okay, subliminals are these audio tracks where you have affirmations, but the affirmations are turned down to, like, a volume that is inaudible to your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind can hear it. Like I said, your subconscious mind does not go to sleep. it can hear things that you can't consciously hear. You see what I'm saying? So when you have a subliminal, then you have like a sound or music or some type of sound like that you can consciously hear. And then you have like beneath that, you have these affirmations that are playing like in a loop that's going straight to your subconscious, and your conscious mind can't sit here and be like, okay, no, that's not true. So if I have an affirmation in my subliminal that says I have $100 million in my account, and then my conscious mind is hearing it, then it'd be like, well, no, that's not true. You see, that thought is still going to the subconscious. So you want to bypass the subconscious. You want to bypass the conscious mind and get right to that subconscious. Okay. And one of the best ways of doing that is subliminals. The subliminal tracks are saying these, and it's repeating, and you're listening to them right before you go to bed when your conscious mind is relaxed and it's not really in the mood to be fighting and debating shit. Okay, that's why it's good to do it at night or when you first waking up, before it's all the way, before the conscious mind is all the way awake. It's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Really, as you're going to sleep, because for me it's a little bit harder in the morning, because in the morning, once I realized I'm woke, I had probably been woke for a little while before I really realized I'm woke. But that's me, okay? I still do process in the morning because I like to start my day off just on the right foot. So that's that. Subliminals are really effective, and there's a lot of research out there that you can Google that talk about subliminals and why they're so effective. There was like some study that they did, I think it was Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper or Pepsi, it was one of them, and basically in the commercial they put a subliminal in the commercial that said, I love Coca-Cola, or I love Pepsi, or Dr. Pepper, whichever one it was. They put it in there, and then the sales increased like drastically after that had went out, because it was going right to their subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind does what? Control 95% of your actions and your feelings. Okay, I listen to subliminals myself. I listen to them at night right as I'm going to sleep. I make them as well. I actually have a link to them. If you're listening on the podcast, then head over to the YouTube channel at Taylor Le Createur. You'll see I have meditations, subliminals there for you to listen to as you go to sleep. Okay. So yeah, I'm all the way with the subliminals. Okay. You got SATs, where that's state akin to sleep. Okay, so that's basically like right as you're about to go to sleep, you're imprinting your subconscious mind. It could be through visualization. I believe you can do it through, no, not that I believe, I know you can do it with just speaking affirmations as you're going to sleep. I did it myself, and it's mind blowing. Like when you do it and you're doing it as you go to sleep, it's literally like you feel it like it's just like it works. Okay, so because the subconscious mind is open at that time as you're going to sleep, the conscious mind is going to sleep. It's resting. It's not in the fighting mood, or like it don't feel like being logical at that point. It's tired. So that's SATs. Okay. There's a lot of different techniques. Okay, I can't just sit here and run down the whole list. There's a lot of different techniques. Just whatever technique that you are drawn to doing, I would give it a try at least 21 days to 30 days, 21 to 31 days. Give it a try. You're going to feel a shift. Okay, you are going to feel a shift. Now, if you don't feel a shift within the first 30 days, then maybe you should either try a different technique, or if it's not the technique, it could be like, okay, let's say if you're doing visualization and you enjoy doing visualization, if you're not visualizing the right things, like if you're not visualizing the end scene, the end state from the end, like it's already done, like not the beginning or the middle, the end, then it's like, okay, well, what you're giving your subconscious is to make the beginning happen. And it's like, no, we want the full shebang. Like, that's what we're doing. Another thing is affirmations. Now, some people do robotic affirmations where you're just on repeat, saying your affirmations on repeat. It does work, okay? It does work. There are some people who swear by it. It does work. Why? Because repetition is what impresses the subconscious mind. You may want to start that if you're new to this. There's a lot of people who start manifestation by robotic affirming. And that may be a good like gateway, like, I guess, if you want to say gateway, but a good way to start. It's just after you start manifesting things, you may kind of grow tired of doing that, because that's kind of a lot of effort. You may start to be more drawn to effortless manifestation, right? So me personally, I don't robotic affirm. I've never manifested anything with it. I sat there and called myself doing it, but it was out of desperation. And that's the thing with robotic affirming. It's like, you have to be careful with it, because if you're doing it and then you're looking into like the physical and you don't see the change, and you're like, okay, let me keep going, or now you're doing something out of the energy of not having whatever the manifestation is, which is working against you. Okay, so no, I don't do it. Okay, the one time I tried to do it, it was because I was coming out of a lack mentality and the opposite of what I wanted to happen. And yeah, like, that just didn't work for me. Now, like I said, it may work for you, especially if you are just beginning, but you're going to come to a point where you want to take more of a effortless approach, right? So yeah, I would say it's cool to start off with, and then just, whatever you start feeling drawn to after, do it. And then even if you don't like feel drawn to anything else, you can keep doing that. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's up to you. You have the tools, you have everything within you to manifest what it is that you want. So whatever technique resonates with you and your spirit, that's the one that's for you at that point in time. Okay? Me personally, I am a visual girl, but sometimes I don't want to visualize. I'm not going to force myself to visualize. What I'm going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to listen to my Subliminal track at night. So then even if I don't feel like visualizing throughout the day, I can still turn on my Subliminal track, relax, meditate, just get myself in that feeling state, let my subconscious mind soak up what it needs to soak up, and then go on with the rest of my day. Okay? Some days I feel like, I'm not manifesting. We're always manifesting. But some days I feel like, doing the visualization. You know what I'm saying? It's only when it feels like a good idea is when I do certain things. Okay? So right now I'm doing subliminals, and then I have visuals, like a vision board right next to my bed, and I have there's certain songs that I listen to that make me get in a feeling state as well. Okay, so that's another thing. Just having fun. Like, having fun can literally help you manifest everything that you want, because your subconscious mind knows what you want. Okay, you've thought those thoughts enough for the subconscious to pick it up. Okay, so if you are feeling good, even if it's not about that specific thing, if you're feeling good about something that don't have nothing to do with that, you're still on the same wavelength as that thing. And so your subconscious mind is like, oh, well, we're feeling like this. Okay, well, let me manifest different scenarios and other situations and other things that match this frequency, this high good feeling frequency. You see what I'm saying? So you could literally manifest just by having fun. And really, manifestation is supposed to be fun. Okay? When I heard that and I started to implement that in my life and just tell myself, like, manifestation is supposed to be fun, do you understand that just made it even that much more enjoyable? It wasn't a chore. It didn't feel like a chore. It shouldn't feel like a chore. If you're doing something to feel like a chore, you're operating from a lack mentality. Period. I'm standing on it. You operating from a lack mentality, okay? You can't sit here and tell me that if I'm sitting here visualizing and it feel like it's a chore, either I'm not in the vicinity of the thing that I want vibrationally speaking, like my frequency, my energy that I'm on is not even matching nowhere close to the thing I'm imagining. Okay, so then that means I'm in a lack frequency. I don't know why I can't spit that out. In a lack frequency. Or if I'm sitting here visualizing because I think, okay, let me visualize it so I can make this happen. Well, just you saying that is telling your subconscious that it ain't happened yet. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's like a chore. That's you coming from a lack scarcity mentality. That's the version of you. You're aligning with the version of you that does not have that thing. Okay? So if ever anything feels like a chore, stop it, because it's working against you. Go have fun. Go do things that feel good. Go do things that make you feel like good about yourself, that just make you happy, that just are pleasant. Okay? And then another thing is like being present in the moment. Because when you're present, you're not sitting here planning the future from your conscious, small, little Cornelius point of view. Okay? So the conscious mind can only see so much. It's all based off logic, but the subconscious mind, there's like infinite possibilities that can happen, that the subconscious mind could take infinite routes as to how something can manifest. So if I'm thinking about next week and how next week is going to be from my small, just in this right now moment, and not knowing and just projecting on where I'm coming from at this point in time, then I'm working ass backwards. I'm working against myself. Being present is the best thing that you can do for your manifestations, because you're just in the moment. Okay? You know what's coming up for you in the future because of what you've been working towards. You know what happened in the past. You don't need to remember those things. Just be in the present. Just be in the present. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment to moment to moment. Just that, and it's much more fun that way. Okay? So, that's pretty much all I have on the subconscious. Well, that's not all I have on subconscious, but you know what I mean. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Make sure you guys follow and do all that stuff. I don't even really like to ask for follows, but yeah, whatever. Bye.